Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I know I didn't post an announcement about this or anything, but I've got the Obelisk 54 finals here. Let me fix this camera. Pop that down a little bit, and then I forgot I had the chat thing all weird here. We're just gonna have a little open spot here. That's okay. Um, little scuffed here, but yeah, we've got the Obelisk 54 finals. What's up, return winner on on two different accounts? It looks like very nice. Boosting those viewer numbers here. Yeah, we've got the grand finals of the Obelisk here, which is going to be Corinna and Simon, who I believe is SS95. Yeah, SS95 on Dueling Book here. Return winner, especially being in the chat, would probably kill me if I if I forgot to mention. Simon top forward GGP Munich yesterday, and I would be willing to bet that if Simon wins today, this would be the first time that someone has gotten 2 invites in less than 24 hours. Maybe it's been done before. Maybe not, but at least to my knowledge, it would be insane for that to happen. And we are both duelists have said that they are good to go, so we are just waiting on them to host up here. Simon is from the winner's bracket. Corinna is coming from the lower bracket, so Simon just needs to win one. So very, very good shot at getting that double invite. And yeah, Simon played a different deck yesterday. I did my homework this time. Corinna is on Chaos Turbo, and Simon is playing Chaos Warriors. Here we go. It's like the match is loaded up, and we are all set. All right. Let's do this rock, paper, scissors. I guess I didn't load up in my Cub account, but they're all good to go. Yeah, they're waiting on me. Let's see if I can message. Okay, yep, they're all good to go. Waiting on me. I forgot I was busy. Oh, I need to get rid of this PWCQ thing down here, don't I? Get rid of that. There we go. we're figuring things out on the fly here. But yeah, here we are. Was in the middle of recording a video, so I'm just on another account, and I guess they didn't recognize it, which makes sense. Got a lot of accounts here. It's like Simon is going first. What's up, Aiko? Welcome in. What's up, Macap? Simon actually just passes the turn without playing anything? Okay. Okay. All right. We do see the old Chaos Turbo patented T set and a pass. Let's see if Simon has anything on this turn. We do lead off on a Rhoda, so do we get the safe exiled force? I'm going for the level 2 here to attack in, maybe a Blade Knight. Donald Zalug, okay. So probably a little bit of a knock action here, potentially. Try to snowball here from turn 2. Ooh. We get the Spies turn 1 too. Okay. That's going to be big for the Warrior deck. Chaos Warrior, of course, has the extra Chaos Monster. Can struggle a little bit less with the Spies just because you have a little bit more answers, but if you are playing any sorts of Warriors, you love to see the Spies getting out of here. especially with a Dawn connecting. Ooh. All right, well, Simon looking pretty good here from the start. We're going to see MST meet the Raigeki break. Okay. Delinquent Duo. All right. Yeah, Papa Perez, we've got Chaos Warriors here, which we've been seeing a lot of lately. Did really, really well at the 3v3 GFC. Ooh. Little duo into Snatch on Dawn action? Okay. Well, just like that, Corinna pulling way ahead. And get the knock out of the hand. See if... Take a look at the graveyard here. Well, card destruction is going to get us an extra card, so I guess we'll wait. No dark in the graveyard, but BLS is gone anyway, though I guess we do play Chaos Sorcerer in the Chaos Warrior. Well, usually. I haven't seen Simon's exact list, but I'd imagine we've got at least one Chaos Sorcerer hanging out. All right, we see a couple of back row. Maybe we can protect from the Dawn here. We did pick up a plus from Simon's Inn off of the card destruction. Card destruction is a -1, but it's going to power Corinna a little closer to that Pot of Greed that we see here. A couple draws off of that. What do we have to follow up? All right, we have Thunder Dragons as well. If Corinna picked up a Graceful Charity here, obviously that would just go nuts. But we do have Dark Light online for the Turbo player now. Do we have the Graceful Charity? We're not slamming it if we do, but looks like we're playing around Trap Dust Shoot. Oh. We're just going to tribute the Dawn for the Thunder Dragon. Okay. So now Chaos is... Oh, God. And a Heavy Storm. So we played around the Trap Dust Shoot, and it was there. And we had a set duo. Man. Okay. This has been quite the explosive game back and forth here. Injection Fairy Lily? Okay. That's a card that can do some damage quickly. Is just going to do 1,800 to Corinna, so Lily wouldn't be able to finish off the life points herself on the next turn, but maybe we can draw into another monster. Corinna does have Chaos online, though, so Lily's not safe. Yeah, pretty ridiculous start from both players. It's been pretty awesome. I love games like this because normally, you know, like you're used to these just like we're gonna get into a slog and we're gonna fight it out with card advantage between these two decks, but not here. I do like the Injection Fairy Lily in this deck. The Chaos Warrior list usually running, you know, they're not like on like the full Solemn plan like traditional warriors. So you can slot in some cards like Injection Fairy Lily to go along with your Sangant that you get to play. Do you just see a couple of set monsters from Corinna's side? And we just got a pass from Simon here. I think both knocks are gone. Yeah, both knocks are gone. One road is already gone. So is this like the Pikatron deck? From what I've seen, it's pretty close. We've got some different cards. But same idea. Warriors with Thunder Dragon. And like an extra Chaos Sorcerer, stuff like that. Here comes the Chaos Sorcerer. Speaking of. And it looks like we don't have an immediate answer to it either. Okay. Fairy Lily is going down. We're going to flip up Sangam. That's a good one here. And a flip up Breaker. Okay. It's really protecting those life points from the Injection Fairy Lily. But at a cost of not being able to break a back row. Okay. What do we have to stop this? Tribe is gone. But if we have a premature burial, maybe we have a Call of the Haunted set, we could get Tribe back. Tribe would be very good here, obviously. Take out everything except for the Sangan, unless we wanted to attack over it. And just another back row. And that's going to get hit with a Raigeki break, okay. Get some value out of a useless trap dust shoot. I'd love to see that from Corinna's side. And everything to attack position. Did we hold Mirror Force? We did not. And we're going to be going to a very quick game 2 here. Corinna up a game on the Chaos Turbo strategy. I didn't pay super close attention when I was doing my homework, just like in high school, if I even did my homework in high school. Often I didn't. But I didn't see like exactly, what the players were citing, so not exactly sure what we might be seeing here for some of the changes. Stream is perfect timing on my last 40-minute stretch back home. Nice. From Munich, how'd you do? I'll be hitting up GGP Atlanta this coming Saturday. Always excited to go down to Atlanta. All right, we're starting off the game right. The nice little delinquent duo. Hitting Moth. Okay, that's a good one. And an Upstart Goblin, so. No Sinister Serpent to pitch. Don't ask that. My bad. My bad. I'll say I hope you had a good time. All right, Thunder Dragon coming down. We're gonna play around the Trap Dust Shoot this time. It appears not. They got a nice little Pot of Greed action too. Okay, it's a good way to climb back from a turn 1 duo. And a breaker. Do we have an answer? Got a ring or something here? Nope, just an MST. All right. So Corinna picking up lots of pluses here, attacking over the Sangan. Maybe we get... I don't know, we can get a few things here. Yep, just grab the Serpent. Makes sense. When in doubt, get the little green slimy dude. Scaly? It's probably not slimy. Who knows, though? Maybe it is slimy. All right, we see another T-set from Simon for a pass. Corinna's going to flip a Jar of Greed here. Breaker getting on in, just getting walled up by the little Sinister Serpent. What's up, Ryan Atlas? Breaker is the LeBron James of this format. Is that because Breaker is old? Or because Breaker is the most played and won't go away? Or is Breaker second team All-NBA? Glad you had a good time, Aiko. Always nice to travel out to some tournaments, have a good time. I wish I had a locals. Man, I have to travel so far for tournaments if I want to play GOAT in paper, which is why I always do. LeBreak James. I love that. That's why it's the LeBron James of the format. All right. Rhoda coming down from Simon here. Sasuke. That'll run over Breaker. And we do have lights over there. Got a couple of lights, so this will put a dark in the grave for Corinna. We happen to have a chaos monster over there somewhere. Attack goes through. Corinna down to 7,800 and just a pass with no defense. So BLS coming down. That's 4,200 damage. If we've got a Ring of Destruction set, we are good to go. But Chaos Sorcerer, notably not a BLS. Those are, in fact, different cards. Yep, Sasuke is going to get banished, and then we just see face down monster and a back row. And now Simon given a think. We've been playing pretty quickly over these two games, which, I mean, that can happen when you've just kind of got a slugfest going. We've got Exiled Force coming down, just taking out the Chaos Sorcerer, okay? Do have a back row before we pass, so maybe we've got a little bit of protection this turn. Spy coming down, that's pretty good. It's a good way to deal some damage fast here. Sure, being up on cards, Corinna is very okay with trying to get the game over with quickly. Just push the advantage. Trading for a Mirror Force there would also be a good trade. So either way, Corinna probably happy. Ooh, Breaker coming down here is a very good one. Yep. Now, speaking of Mirror Force, always love to see a Breaker break a Mirror Force. Just how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is supposed to be. See if we have anything else. We do not. So Simon a little cautious here. Could have a couple of Chaos Monsters in hand. It's totally fair. Probably don't have anything like a Snatch Steal or anything too powerful as far as interaction goes. Zombra coming down. And yeah, it's going to get over the Breaker, so. Simon is in some trouble here, though no defense from Corinna. Simon needs to may need to find a way to get a light in the graveyard. Maybe that's the piece that's missing here. Usually every time I say something like that, the player draws Thunder Dragon immediately. But we're not ditching it to the graveyard just yet, so that may not be the case. Premature Burial. That doesn't have anything great here, right? Yeah, we're getting back Exiled Force. Ugh. And we're going to get rid of Zombra, so I guess we've got something to attack over the Spy as well. Yeah, DD Warrior Lady. Okay. And that is a light. So if Corinna's not able to banish it, we could be getting a light to the graveyard here. Tribe, okay. That's certainly not a way to banish. Just discard that Thunder Dragon. I believe that's 2 Thunder Dragons gone. Yes, but we also have a Chaos Sorcerer, and Simon has not used this back row yet, so a lot of good chances to use that to stop some attacks here. Unless this is just like the most pro-held Mirror Force of all time. Do we have anything, or are we going to a bracket reset? Call of the Haunted. Okay, we're not done yet. Yep, get back the Breaker. No, this still does it. Yeah, that's 2,300 still. Yep, looks like we are getting a bracket reset. Okay. See if these duelists need any time between, or if they're just gonna run it back here really quick. So we get the GGs going, and there is the rematch offer. Okay, they're gonna work out the reporting thing. And then we will have one last match to rule them all here. Looks like they are going to report. Papa Paris says just goat things from LeBron. Yeah, as a Lakers fan, I'll agree. This match, game one, I mean, just out of the gate, looked like it was going like super Simon's way. And then I wonder what was in hand for Simon here. Something tells me we had at least one Chaos Monster chilling in there, but not totally sure. All right, second match. Winner here, of course, is going to get an invite to the Go Format World Championship. If you are just tuning in, we have quite a few more viewers now than we did before. Simon got an invite yesterday at GGP Munich, so Simon's going for the historical run here of 2 invites in less than 24 hours, whereas Corinna does not have an invite to the Go Format World Championship just yet. So hoping to pick that up. Graceful Charity discards Gravekeeper Spy, Upstart Goblin, and we go immediately into Thunder Dragon. So good news for the Chaos Warrior player that Graceful Charity came before Thunder Dragon. But still a pretty good start for Corinna. We've got Chaos online. We've got a whole bunch of cards in hand. We just see one set monster. And we finally have the Thunder Dragon from Simon's side. Oh. Well, that's no good. We already had a Thunder Dragon in hand, it appears. But here's good news. We attack into a Spy, so we can get rid of those. Simon really good at clearing Spies early, whether it be via knock or tribe. All right, we've got a couple of back row behind it. Imagine we've got some sort of chainable. No dust shoot. There's the heavy storm. We say we better have a chainable. Yep, just a Jar of Greed. And the other was a Raigeki break, okay. Sangan comes down, attacks right into tribe, so we're going for that nice little search here. All of the Spies are gone. We do still have 2 Thunder Dragons in hand, so Night Assailant, okay. Do we have maybe a Raigeki break? Oh, we have a... Ooh. Ooh. That is a nasty card destruction. Yeah, get rid of double Thunder Dragon and a Night Assailant. Gross. Get back the Deco. We have already used the normal summon this turn. But, yeah. When it rains, it pours. When it pots, it greeds? Something along those lines? All right, we just see a back row after all of that, though. And we pass over to Simon, who also got to discard a Thunder Dragon. But, yeah, we'll see. Still no dark in the graveyard. Here comes a heavy storm, though. So... maybe we've got a big play here. Donald Zalug? Okay. That's a good way to try to catch up. Yeah, Storm, Premature, Summon Ring. That's what I was thinking of. This turn, you know, the play after the Heavy Storm, not quite as explosive as it could have been, but Donald's not bad. That's a good start. If you can get a couple of connects with that, but Breaker's going to have something to say about it. Okay, all right. We did have the ring. Corinna didn't play any back row last turn. We do see 1 this turn. Let's check this graveyard here. Yeah, Premature Burial is still live. Graceful Charity. Okay. Don't call it a comeback. See if we discard a dark here. I don't know what's in Simon's, like, I don't know the exact 55, but if we see a tribute for a Jinzo here, I'd be very happy. And we see Zombra in the deck. Okay. So Dark is sent to the graveyard. Donald connects again. All right. We get rid of that Deco. Okay. And we've got a couple more back row to protect the Dawn here. All right. It's not over. And we get to use the Dust Shoot. Okay. Hopefully we can get some information on what's in Karina's hand. Doesn't appear to be the case. Oh, no, we've got some typing. Let's go. 2 Moth and a Serp. Okay. Yeah, Ring for Game would be good here, but it's gone for both players, so no Ring shenanigans for Game. That is either Serpent or a Moth. Probably a Moth here if I had to guess. This would be a good turn to top deck that BLS. Call of the Haunted. Okay. Well, Dawn got through last turn, so good chance that back row is not going to have anything to say about this turn. We go for Tribe. Okay. Yeah, we know that'll attack over any of the monsters. Yes, that were in Karina's hand. Wow. Wow. What a comeback in that game. Karina was up by a mile. That's that's just the power of Donald Zalug. All right. So Simon up a game here in our second match. Bracket has been reset, so whoever wins this one is going to take down the entire Obelisk tournament here. Simon just 1 game away. And we are on to game 2. Duelists are playing at a pretty quick pace. Siding's not taking very long. Love it. All right, no Trinity turn 1 from Karina. I don't know. I kind of like the Sangan attack into the Tribe there. I think it. Oh, we got Dawn coming down again with the knock. Okay. I think the Sangan attack made a lot of sense because like you go grab Night Assailant with that just gross card destruction. But okay, Donald is not going to make it through this time. No, my body has a shield to protect it from the Sakuretsu. Simon is a strongman athlete currently competing in the 2nd German division. Oh, good lord. Hell yeah. That's pretty awesome. And good luck to him for qualifying for the 1st division. Or, yeah, I said that right. Okay, we see some Thunder Dragons being picked up on Karina's end. We still don't have a Dark in the graveyard. Decos are gone, but I don't hate Simon's position here. Injection Fairy Lily. That's a card that can do some damage fast. All right, well, I guess not against the Sakuretsu armor. Karina's had 2 of those this game already. Pretty good. And a Graceful Charity coming on down. Okay, well, if I had an advantage bar, I would swing it back in Karina's favor now, especially after the Pot of Greed. And Delinquent Duo. Okay, well, we played a pretty honest game until this turn. But I guess the good news is Simon discarded a Serpent off of the duo. So not all is lost here, but that is not a turn you are excited for if you are a fan of Simon here. All right, duo back. Sork down, Tsukuyomi down. Okay. Rhoda. Gonna grab the DD Warrior Lady. Okay, so assuming DD Warrior Lady banishes the Sangan here. Simon's only card left is Sinister Serpent? Okay. She draws power every match. Well, that's what the Chaos Turbo deck is kind of designed to do. It has nothing to do with the Shuffler. Can promise you that. All right. We see Pot of Greed from Simon's side as well. Suke's already been discarded 4 times. Yeah. Poor Tsukuyomi. What did he ever do to deserve this? Okay. Have a little T set over here from Simon. Trying to wall up this Chaos Sorcerer. All right. Grabbing 1,000 life points. Not going to be bad either. Simon's still drawing to Graceful Charity. Corinna, of course, not drawing to any more of the Trinity. So for the game to actually be this close after all of that, that's about the best that you can hope for from the red corner over here, right? And looks like we've got a little pause for a little think here. Let's do a little Chaos check. Chaos is not online for Simon. Certainly is for Corinna, but we've got a nice little Call of the Haunted here. Maybe for Lily? Yeah. Okay. I guess you got to clear the Chaos Sorcerer at some point, but this is going to be... It's going to be a little costly, especially if you don't have any defense. Sup, Arts and Crofts? Welcome in. We are watching Simon try to win a second invite from who, of course, won the first invite from the tournament that you commentated yesterday. Here comes Jar of Greed. Okay. If we've got a couple of monsters that are big enough that can just attack into this Injection Fairy Lily, I guess you just let it go after the first one, but ooh, Moth is... Yeah, speaking of painful, Moth is going to be painful here for Simon. Get that Pot of Greed back. Needs LeBron for this board. I think this is where Draymond Green needs to come in. Just kind of tackle the board. Take it out that way. And we're having a think over from Corinna's end. Here comes Tribe. Okay, that's a good one. That gets rid of the Lily, and it takes the Moth as well, so you don't have just a random attack position Moth. Yep, just attacks over the Serpent. And we set a couple of back row, which Dust Tornado is going to take out one of them. And that, all right, little dust on dust violence here. I've seen 2 Sakuretsus from Corinna. Ron Artest would be better. A little Malice in the Palace going on this board. Okay. Yeah, this little Sinister Serpent over here has put in some work this game. – Yeah, shoutouts to Injection Fairy Lily being a spellcaster. Yeah, right. Just like Breaker the Magical Warrior. Ooh. Nice little summon Sangan, flip Torrential. Get the second Moth out of here. Okay. All right. That's a big turn. BLS can come down at any point in the game. Grab an Exiled Force, not bad. And just a very quick pass from Karina's end. Okay. We've got Exiled Force. Oh, speaking of Breaker, the Magical Warrior, uh, here it comes. We've got a Raigeki Break ditching the third copy of Sakuretsu. Okay, Breaker still picks up a +1, but man, no defense. Yeah, how is Simon winning through this? It's wild that Simon is like not just in this, but still ahead in card advantage after all of that. Because well, this is not the answer that you want to see to Spy, but okay, we've got some protection now, hopefully, for Simon. But we're still sweating the BLS top deck. BLS noted for having more than 1500 attack. We are leaving the tribe in hand as well for Simon. I wonder if that's a nod to the potential of drawing in a Graceful Charity still. Yeah, Karina does still have Ring. I think. Yeah. Yeah, Karina still has Ring, so we do have to worry about that as well. And interesting. Maybe we're playing around Ring here? Or maybe we just don't have anything to summon. That's possible as well. All right, we do see a face down monster now. Sure. This is going to be a wild end. Zombara the Dark. Okay. Any Big Shield Gardenas? Any Soul Tigers? Charcoal and Patchy? Ooh. Raigeki Break is missing here. Oh, we have the Ring. And we have another Raigeki Break. Okay. All right, we're actually going to pitch BLS to make that happen? Well, we still don't have Chaos online over here. Wow. Okay. Double Raigeki Break saving the game, and now Karina doesn't have the Ring. Okay. This is insane. Raigeki do be breaking today. Arts, I love your humor. Yeah, BLS is... I mean, BLS is looming, right? Karina only has 9 cards left in deck. Who? I guess, yeah, BLS isn't lethal over just the Sasuke, but now we've got 2 monsters set. Did we leave the Serpent? Did we pick it up? We did pick up the Serpent, okay. So presumably one of those is going to be Serpent, if I had to guess. I don't believe Karina has Snatch. Oh, I thought Snatch was gone. I'm thinking of a different game. Yeah, Snatch is still totally alive. So Snatch, BLS. Chaos is online for Simon here as well. So Chaos Sorcerer could be an answer to a BLS. Yeah, it's not looking good for Karina, but if Simon doesn't have the necessary defense for whenever BLS decides to show up, then BLS could take the game. Here comes the Chaos Sorcerer. That could be huge. This is maybe signaling that Simon has another answer to BLS already as well. Snatch still alive. Okay. 6 cards left in Karina's deck. See how Simon wants to play this. Now you're in the position of, how do I lose? Yeah, heavy, snatch, and BLS. All in the bottom. That's right, heavy's still alive too, okay. We're gonna Book of Moon the Sork, okay. That's... makes snatch less of an option. No play from Karina. 5 cards in deck. Is Mirror Force gone? There's the Torrential. Okay. Now we find Thunder Dragon. Okay. I don't know how many Chaos Sorcerers are in this deck. No, Ring's already gone, Arts. Prima! We can get back the Sork. Do we have a 1300 attacker? No. Sork just getting in there on its lonesome. Do we have... Man, we could have... There's the heavy. Oh, no. Oh, no. And Breaker. Karina is going to take this game after all of that. Wow. Yeah. Wow. I think... I kind of didn't think that back row was torrential. I felt like there was a window where that could have been used. But Karina held on to it and is going to take the game. So, good lord. What a great match. We are getting a third game here to decide who gets the invite. And Simon going to lead off on Delinquent Duo. Pretty good start. All right, MST is gone. Book of Moon is gone as well. Pot of Greed. Okay. And now we've got the Thunder Dragons. Do we have the Graceful Charity to follow that up? Appears not. Got a little T-set. Little T-set in the pass, but nice little +3 on turn 1 for Simon. See if Karina has anything to follow up. Just a couple back row and a Zombra. Are we going to get in there with that Zombra? We are not. And we've got an MST, just continuing to simplify the game state. Ring is out of here. And Tribe coming on down. Okay. We do know we've got some Thunder Dragons in hand that we can ditch. Appears we don't have a Sinister Serpent as well. There is the Torrential. Oh, and Sangan was set for Simon. This game state is getting quite simplified, though one player with 5 cards to 1. See what Simon grabs off of this Sangan here. Injection Fairy Lily. That makes sense to me. You're up so much. Let's go ahead and push this advantage. We see a single back row from Corinna and just a fairly quick pass. We have no light in the graveyard. Lily getting on in there for all 3,400 too. This one could be over in short order. Yeah, Simon's resource management has been insane. It's like Corinna just had that just like absolutely nuts turn last game, and it was almost like Simon was never out of it. It's kind of wild, but sometimes you can grab all of the advantage in the world, but if you sit there and spin your wheels for too long. Corinna, of course, she was able to take the game, so. But here comes a Chaos Sorcerer to fight Lillard. We've got Thunder Dragon right on time to add that light to the graveyard, but we've got a Torrential from Simon here. So taking out the Chaos Sorcerer is a little bit of a -1 action, but you were going to get minus anyway from the Chaos Sorcerer effect, so. Rhoda. We got that level 2. We've got that level 2. Okay. Coming on down. What can we hit with it? Gravekeeper Spy. That's a good one. And just another face down monster. That is not what you want to see if you're a Corinna fan here. And we have the Prima. 3,400 plus 1,800 is 5,200, and Corinna only has 4,600 life points left. We are going to be seeing some history here. And Simon takes down the match, takes down the Obelisk, and has won a second World's Invite in less than 24 hours. What a great couple of matches. Holy crap. Man, and also just like shout out to the people working on Chaos Warriors right now. We've got Pikatron, we've got Simon here, we've got several other people who have done well with the deck and continue to do well. It's been putting up a lot of numbers. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of this deck here in the very near future. I think this deck is quite good. Quite good. I think it's real. But yeah, congrats to Simon. Good job on Corinna on the second place finish here. Getting second in an Obelisk is no small feat, and took this one through a bracket reset and then all the way to a game 3. And Simon just, I mean, had just too good of a start in this one. But yep, that's gonna be it for the Obelisk finals. Bit of a short one. It was just the finals. We didn't have the full top 4 this time, but thanks everybody for joining. Congrats, of course, once again to Simon for probably some GOAT format history. I will have to dig through to see if this has ever actually been done before, but I have a hunch that it hasn't. Especially on 2 different decks and in 2 different formats. We've got online and paper. Just insane. But yep, that's going to be it. I got to get back to recording Meme Deck Monday. So I'll